Okay, first thing, I find while this is a pretty basic concept, a lot of students get confused by these terms here. And so first thing I want to do is just discuss the differences between positive and negative in a graph. All we mean by positive is simply that the graph is the above the x-axis. So anytime a graph is above the x-axis, like in green here, where it's above, we know that this is a positive portion of the graph. Right here I still have the graph here, I didn't highlight it because it's right at the 0 mark. So it's not positive or negative, it's just kind of neutral in 0. And of course anywhere in blue here is below the x-axis, and in that part of the graph it's going to be negative. So we could almost give the values here of what these are, and we could say, from this point here to this point, the graph is negative. From this point to this point, it's positive. We can work through something like that. If we're talking about increasing and decreasing, all this means is you're just referring to slope. And so you can see from left to right that the graph is always rising over here. So in yellow here, we would say the graph is increasing. As I go to the right, it's increasing. Now right at this point, it starts decreasing. And so that's why I'm putting it in purple. It's a decreasing graph. Now notice here, the graph is negative here because it's below the x-axis, but it's also increasing. In other words, it's getting less negative. Here it's still increasing and positive. Here it's decreasing and negative. It's okay to be a combination of those two things. Just be aware of that. Of course, here it's neutral, so it's neither. Here it's decreasing. It's also negative here. Here it's negative, but it's increasing. It's becoming less negative. Here it's becoming more positive, and it's a positive value. Here it's a little plateau, so it's almost at 0. Here it's increasing and positive. Here it's decreasing, and it's still positive right here. So just be aware of those little differences here, that it can be both. Sometimes that can be a little confusing.